Now I gotta tell you this, it is not a necessity to rush into M mode, especially if you've been flying in normal mode, sport mode, and then suddenly you just decide like while on the go, let's flip the switch and fly in M mode. Just stop, alright? Because you would have created some bad habits for yourself and you would definitely crash on the first go. Here's why. What's up fam, The Real Rahim here. Welcome and great to have you guys here for another tutorial episode. Now there'll be more FPV and DJI FPV content coming up, so do follow me through this journey by subscribing down below. So I've made a few tutorials about what to expect when flying in M mode. You can watch one of them right up here. But yet, pilots are still crashing their drones. And when I'm not talking about like pilot error and you crash into stuff. We're talking about the moment you unlock it, you crash it on the first go. The drone goes into a crazy spin. And then I realized that these pilots actually do not know how to fly in manual mode. M mode has totally a different kind of stick control, and the pilot will be required to make every single adjustment of the drone. Now here's something very painful for you to hear. You would have known that the controls would have been different if you had at least flown in the Virtual Fly app for iOS, or you would have got yourself a third-party app for Android. Now it's not too late for you guys who have not flipped the switch in M mode. This episode will be covering how it is to actually fly in manual mode, and let's get in the sim. It is not necessary for you to exactly be using the Virtual Fly app because you can always get a third-party app that can give you the same stick controls and let you work on the muscle memory. But of course, the Virtual Fly app is going to be ideal because it is going to have exactly the same overlay as your controller itself. Okay, so now I'm going to be going into free flight. I'll be launching this drone in N mode in typical fashion to get it up in the air first. As I hover in place, the drone is just gonna maintain its height, maintain its location locked on to GPS. Okay, so if I wanted to move forward, of course I just push the sticks forward and hold it there. Okay, observe my sticks, I'm still holding forward and the drone is moving forward. Right, same goes for either direction. I don't actually have any control on the left side yet, right? See, moving left, moving right, everything is right on the right sticks. Okay, to make turns I can then add a bit of yaw, which is the left sticks, to make it turn. Why am I showing you this? Because I need you to see the difference that flying in normal mode actually has a lot of autonomous safety nets for you, where the drone will already self-stabilize, maintain height, and in case you make a mistake, all you need to do is just let go of the sticks and the drone will just stop itself wherever it is based on GPS lock. Okay, more or less not much difference there for sport mode, except for you can go faster and then some obstacle avoidance may be turned off. Now if I were to switch this into manual mode, okay, yeah, the same method that I will need to bring the left stick down into a specific space. You see the drone now moves on its own. It starts rising because the throttle is now active. Let's bring it to a safe spot first and hover in place. Okay, just trying to hover in place is already quite challenging. Now, why do people crash on the first go? Is because the bad habit of pushing forward and holding the sticks there, this is what is going to cause them to crash. Let's say I push the sticks forward and don't bring it back. You're going to go into a crazy spin and definitely will crash. Okay, so here's a safe space for me to start off this walkthrough of manual flight itself. I'm just going to be hovering here while I mention that my camera angle is set at 20 degrees. I would say that 20 degrees is enough because notice that if I can hover in place, I can see about 2/3 of the sky above the horizon and then 1/3 is below the horizon. Okay, so this allows me to have enough forward momentum when I pitch forward and have the horizon level. Take note that the difference between sport and normal mode is that when I pitch forward, I allow the sticks to come back to center. Okay, my drone is now moving, just flying forward. I don't have any input on the sticks anymore. Okay, until it will continue to fly forward until I give it a specific stick input. For example, now I want to make a turn. I'm gonna roll left, yaw left, and it's gonna start turning. If I'm coming too close to the ground, I just have to pitch back. Okay, pull the right stick backwards. So let's come back to the field. Okay, I'll repeat that process. Pitch forward to move forward, ease up, let the sticks self-center, and then when I want to roll right, when I want to make a right turn, roll right, yaw right, and that's going to make a good turn. If I find that I'm coming too close to the ground and I want to go up, then I just need to pull the right stick back to raise the drone. Here's the thing about I mentioned why 20 degrees is enough, because if you, let's say in flight, I make that adjustment, I'm flying, let's say at 40 degrees. To have the horizon level, my drone will be flying a lot faster, right? You may not see the difference, but now I'm going at a much faster speed. And that's not really easy on the learning curve. So yeah, bring your camera angle lower. Oh, by the way, this is the beauty of the DJI FPV, that you can make camera angles on the fly, versus if you were to have a traditional FPV drone, it will take you to land and then make that adjustment on the camera angle, then you can continue flying again. Okay, so I strongly suggest that if you're gonna get on the sim, don't go for all the fancy bando, the factory map. Go for this simple stadium map so that you can get a feel for the controls and try to fly smooth first. Okay, get the muscle memory in, where for the most part, as I'm flying like this, I don't even think of whether I need to roll, I need to pitch, okay, because I have made it muscle memory by training in the sim. So I suggest that you get in the sim, give this practice a go. Additional note here, that is, if you want to make faster turns, it's not necessary for you to roll first then yaw. You can actually add the input both together. Make that turn, throttle to move forward, level out, roll and yaw at the same time, and throttle out. Well, that's pretty much why I need you to get in the sim, is so that you can work on that muscle memory before you go and fly out on your first flight in manual mode. You could probably get away with a lot of things while in normal or sport mode, but manual mode is very unforgiving. You would really need to give every single input of the drone as it's flying through the air. The only saving grace for you is that if you lose control, then there's always the pause button. So before you get trigger happy on the controls and flip that switch into manual, get many more hours in the sim, alright? And I'm talking about hours, not just a few flights. Get that muscle memory build up where it becomes natural for you to control the drone without even thinking about what stick input you need to give it. Once you've built on that muscle memory, then if you're confident and you want to give it a try up in the air, then go for it. But if not, like I say at the start, there is no necessity for you to rush into flying manual mode. Well, that's all I have for this episode. If you've liked this video, do give it a thumbs up. Now, if you want to follow me for more FPV, DJI FPV content, do subscribe down below. If you have any questions for me, do chat with me in the comment section. And pilots, as always, I'll see you in the skies. Peace.